Hi, I want to reiterate to you all how important it is to leave me or send me comments on videos. I've been focused more on my beginner viewers, and I apologize to those of you who aren't so beginner. Thank you, Joe, for reminding me that I do have some more advanced practitioners here on my channel as well. So today we're going to do an advanced yoga practice. Thank you for watching Chitter River Yoga and Fitness. I'm Laura Wilson, and I teach you ways to modify exercises so that every body can work out. Today we are going to do an advanced yoga workout. If you have some blocks, get those nearby. Make sure you have your mat in a nice safe space. We are going to look at more advanced sequencing and flows. So if you're new to yoga, you might watch this to see what you might be in for later. We are still going to do some modifications on some more advanced level poses because I think that's going to be better for most of you. But by all means, do the regular one. So do have some blocks or other props handy just in case. And while you're getting yourself together, just a reminder, please subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, give it that little thumbs up, and let me know in the comments if you would like more of these advanced workouts here on this channel. Let's go ahead and begin seated. So find whatever's comfortable for you. Sit bones grounding, spine lengthening. This class also isn't going to be as explicit in the cues for most of the poses. When we get to the more advanced stuff, I'll get a little more detailed in the descriptions. But let's begin with several deep 3-part breaths. And if you need more explanation for that, there's a link below. And please do check the links that are in the description below the video. And we always want to remember to ground ourselves, let go of expectations. And let's take this to our spinal warm-up. Exhale, rounding our back. And let's inhale, coming forward, and then up. Straight spine, exhale, round. Inhale, come through and up. Now let's bring this up and just move ourselves side to side. Now let's inhale, reaching out and up, and we're going to exhale, hinging back. Just like we're maybe going to go into a boat pose. Inhale up, exhale back. And as you're feeling it, maybe even start to lift our feet off the floor. And let's inhale up, stay tall, twist to one side, inhale up, exhale, twist to the other side. Now we're going to add that hinge and twist. Already fired up our core. Now let's take our legs out long and just fold forward. And we'll take this over to our hands and knees. And we're going to begin here with a little cat and cow breath. Inhale, open, exhale, round. Get familiar with the movement at our hips. let's bring this back to neutral. Extend one hand back, or one foot back, opposite hand forward. We're going to inhale out, exhale in. Elbow toward knee. Finding that pelvic tilt action of our cat and cow. Going for extension. And let's bring this down, switching sides. Inhale, extend, exhale in. Now let's take this back to our child's pose. Hands extending overhead. Now let's warm up our upper body. Let's inhale forward, exhale lower. Inhale, push up, exhale back. Let's take it forward for 2 push-ups this time. 3. Now let's go ahead and do 4. Bringing this forward, let's tuck our toes. Lifting up to our downward facing dog. Warming this up, pedaling our feet. And let's go ahead, bring this to our standing forward fold. Inhaling up to our mountain. And let's turn sideways if we're using a mat so that we can step out wide. Drop down as we do, and we're going to inhale up, exhale down. Really warming up through our hips here for stuff that we're going to do later. Adding a hinge. So already starting to breathe a little heavier with our warm-up. Let's bring this down to our sun pose. Walking it in halfway, because I know we like our hip circles. Let's take it the other way. And let's step up to the top edge of our mat, sliding our right foot back. Let's stay on our toes, open our heart. Breathe. Now let's bring that back to mountain, sliding our left foot back. Nice and strong through the left leg. And let's bring that together. Inhaling up. Let's exhale, forward fold. Sliding our right leg back. Staying down or lifting up for our lunge. And let's exhale back down. Forward fold, sliding our left foot back. Remember, you can stay down in your lunge or lift up. And let's exhale into our forward fold. Walking back to a full plank. So we're just going through some poses in our sun salutation because we're going to do a few of them. Let's exhale, knees, hips, chest, and let's do 3 baby cobra breaths. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Pressing back to downward facing dog. And from here, let's bring our right foot forward, stay on our left toes. Staying down in our lunge. Or lifting up. Oops. Let's take this back to our downward dog. And bring our left foot forward. Finding our lunge. Let's exhale down, stepping back to downward dog. And we'll go ahead and bring our feet up to our hands, standing forward fold. Inhaling up. Let's exhale, sitting back into our powerful pose. Bringing this up to our mountain. Let's take a couple of breaths here. We're going to do 4 sun salutations, salutation B's. That way we're even on both sides, because we're going to be leading with one leg and then the other. This will give us a chance. As you see, I'm already a little winded from just a partial sun salutation. This is meant to get our heart rate up, so be prepared for that. If you need to take a rest, take a rest. But we're going to take it through one breath, one move, and again, I've got links to Sun Salutation B tutorial in the description. So if you need to learn how to do this, that's where you need to go. Let's start in our mountain. We're going to inhale our arms up, exhale, forward fold. Sliding our right leg back. Let's inhale, lunge, exhale, taking it to downward facing dog. Then we're going to inhale forward for plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. One cobra breath. Inhale up. Exhale. Downward dog. Still with the right leg. Forward. Inhale for the lunge. We're going to exhale, forward fold. Inhale our way up. And exhale, sitting back in that chair. Inhaling up. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot pressing back this tonight. Inhaling up, lunge. Exhale, downward dog. Inhaling forward plank. Exhale. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Still on the left. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring it up, exhale. So 2 more at your own pace. Right leg lead this time. Still the right leg. One more left leg lead. Left foot. Let's take it to that chair and hold. Bring it up. Make sure to get water as you need it throughout any workout that you do. Again, this has gotten our heart rate up. Hopefully you're breathing through your mouth like I am. Some salutations are great for a low impact cardio workout to help burn those calories and improve your cardiovascular fitness. Let's go ahead and take this to a variation of our chair pose. So we're going to bring our big toes together. We're going to wind up squeezing our knees together. Anytime we squeeze through our inner thigh muscles, that ties in and locks up into our core muscles, which is always good. Let's bring our hands to our heart, and we're going to shift our hips back. So things to keep in mind for our chair pose. We're going to take it to a twist. It's very often that when we go to twist, we move our hips, which is going to get our knees out of alignment. So one thing to do is gauge your knees, keep them together, spine long, and we're going to twist from our waist, meaning our knees stay together. If our knees go off, that means our hip has moved. We want to come back. I prefer to stay high doing this for that reason, so we get that alignment, get that twisting in our hips, moving our shoulders, not our hips. Let's unwind from here. step out a bit. Now let's really move side to side. Stretching and working. Let's bring this back. Again, squeezing our knees, locking into our core, shifting back. Spine staying long, hips staying in place as we take our shoulders to the other side. Focused on our alignment today. If we do it properly, if we do any of our yoga poses properly, we don't need to go that deep or far into the pose to get the benefits of it. Let's unwind from here. We'll step out wide, take a forward fold this time. And if you like, continue that side to side movement. All right, let's bring this up. We'll take this to the top edge of our mat. So just be prepared. Again, this is an advanced yoga workout. It's going to have our sun salutation flow throughout it. If you need to, just take a break during those parts and join us when we're on the next pose. Let's inhale up, exhale, forward fold. We're going to slide our right foot back, lowering our heel this time for warrior one. Now let's bring hands to our heart, straighten our front leg, and come halfway forward. And we'll let our left hand come down to our leg, taking our right shoulder over our left, extending up. We're resting here. And if you do have a block, you can always take your hand to a block as well. Advanced version, take a look up to the ceiling, but always work within your own comfort zone and ability. We're going to come back from here, and let's really let our nose come toward our knee. Taking our hands to the floor in front of our foot, lift that right leg off the ceiling, or up to the ceiling. How about off the floor, up to the ceiling? And we're going to bring that foot right down to forward fold. Hands to the floor. Let's walk back to our plank. Grounding through our left hand. Let's find our side plank. Remember, lift through your hips, lift through your core. We're going to unwind this. Take it to our vinyasa. Lower down, inhale, child's pose or downward dog. And let's bring our left hand into the middle, right hand to our lower back. Coming back to downward dog. Rest here or inhale forward. Exhale down. Inhale. And back to downward dog. Walking into our forward fold. Let's inhale up. Exhale, sitting back. And whatever variation of our powerful pose. And we're going to inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Let's take our left foot back, warrior one. Bringing hands to our heart, let's straighten our front leg and come halfway forward. And we'll bring our right hand to our leg, or maybe a block. Left shoulder over right, extending open, or whatever feels right. Again, maybe taking our gaze to the ceiling. Please do what's within your safety zone, because this is a balancing pose. So gaze wherever you need to. And let's bow back over into our pyramid. Taking our hands to the floor in front of our right foot, let's lift our left foot off the floor up to the ceiling. And we'll bring that foot down, forward fold, walking back to plank. Let's roll this up, left hand to the ceiling, hips lifting up, side plank. Coming back to plank. Let's lower this down, vinyasa. Downward dog. Right hand to the center. Let's bring our left hand to our lower back. Coming back to downward dog to rest or flow. And we'll take this to our mountain. We'll take this to our chair pose. Perhaps we'll come up onto our toes before pressing back. And let's bring this back up, shake all that out. We're going to stand in balance for a moment. Near a wall if we need it. Let's shift our weight over to our left foot. We'll lift our right foot and just take hold of it right here. So option to take this to dancer, where we let go, rotate our thumb out, not in, out. Grab the inside of our foot. And then we can open up to our dancer. All right, let's release. You can always stay in the regular pose where we shift our weight, lift our foot, and just grab straight down with our hand. But again, don't rotate in, rotate out. Thumb out toward the camera, out toward me, inside of the foot. And then we can press our hand and foot into each other to find our dancer. Let's release from there. And again, just a reminder to get water. From our mountain pose, let's inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to come to hands and knees. Let's lift up, take our camel pose. Easy fists down on our bottoms, not up on our back, on our bottoms. Lengthening up and back. We can extend one arm up and back if you wish. We can drop one hand to a foot or a combination. Both sides if we're doing that. Let's come back up and find our rabbit pose. So this is going to take our forehead to the floor, hands to our feet, really letting our shoulders roll forward, separating our shoulder blades. Let's come back to hands and knees. We're going to look at that camel again. So any variation that you liked from before. And we're going to lift this up and look at our crow pose. And I'm going to recommend using blocks. So I'm going to show you modification. We really shouldn't need that one. I just like to have it there just in case. One thing you might think about doing is rolling up a blanket or something, just in case you do tip forward. But if we do this right, we shouldn't tip forward onto our face. And you don't even have to lift completely up. I'll move that one for now. On the block or not, we're going to bring our toes together. And we're going to separate our knees out wide. Hands shoulder distance. And then we're going to find cat pose. So this may be as far as we get today. Lifting our hips up, rounding our back. Now it helps to keep our gaze forward. And think about sliding forward, knees to our triceps. And this might be all you get to today. It's all I'm going to try today. So take a break. So we can stay right there. This simulates the pose, gives us that arm balance action, strengthening in our upper body and core. Let's try it one more time. Lift up first. And maybe just stay right here or shift forward. You can try lifting one toe off the floor or one foot off your block. Let's come back all the way down and just sit upright for a moment. So there are lots of different ways to do that crow pose. And again, arm balance, let's get our heart rate up. So let's just take a moment here. So do back bends, by the way. So again, if you're breathing heavy again, good. Why don't we take this to the floor? So we're going to look at some deep stretches. And just so you all know, I do have a Patreon page now, and there's a link in the description below. On that, it's a paid service that you will have to pay $5 or $10 to access. But at the $5 level, I think you can access an advanced set of poses using blocks. So if you want to look at some advanced ways to enhance and deepen your stretches using blocks, check out my Patreon channel. Let's take our legs wide for now and just take a regular forward fold down the center. So knees facing up, hands at our legs or forward. And let's lift up from here. We'll bring one foot in. Let's lift up and side bend over this leg. And as warm as we are, we might be able to get our foot a little further. Some of us might even hold our foot with both hands. Let's lift up from here, take our top hand back behind, open up, maybe even lift up. Let's bring that down and switch sides. So lifting up and over, listening to our own body about how deep to go. making sure it's breathable wherever we are. Let's bring that up and over, maybe even up. Let's bring this down. We'll bring our legs together. We're going to look at cow face pose. So easy seat if that's better for you, or we're going to bring one foot in, stack the other knee on top. So whichever leg is on top or in the front if you're doing easy seat, opposite hand we're going to reach it up, back behind us, other hand is going to come around and up. If you have a strap you want to hold on to here, you can use that. Let's go ahead and look up at our elbow. Let's release from here and fold forward, really feeling a stretch to the hip of that top leg if we're stacked. Again, breathable. And let's add that twist. Hands at our heart, we'll twist toward that leg, elbow to the outside of the knee, and then we can press our hands toward our heart. That just helps us open up a little more. Let's unwind from this. Remember your top leg, because we're going to take this out. Hands just behind us, shoulders back, pressing open here, or lifting up to our incline plank. We also have the option of tabletop if you prefer. Let's release from that and go to the other side. So easy seat with our other foot in front, or we're going to stack the knees. Opposite hand reaching up and back, other hand reaching around. I'm going to help this one out a little bit. Due to seatbelt injuries, let's look up. We should be breathing very deeply here. Feeling that stretch across our shoulders. Allowing our hips to sink into this pose. And let's release our arms and take this to the hip stretch. Sitting this up, hands to our heart. Let's twist, elbow to the outside of the knee, and then press. And bring our heart to our hands. Release you from here. And let's unwind. We're going to go ahead and roll on down to the floor. And just take a moment to orient here. Of course, breathe. Let's go ahead and take our figure 4 stretch. Just giving ourselves the beginning of an inversion. Switching legs. Let's release from here, and we'll find our bridge pose. Option to extend one leg up to the ceiling. Let's bring that foot down, square it up, lifting the other. Let's square that up, releasing down, bringing our knees together. Let's open our arms wide and cross one leg over the other. And again, listen to your own body. We're going to drop over into a twist. If this does not feel good, we can take it to our normal twist, knee on top of knee. Since this is an advanced class, I'm going to show this version. But remember, we do have the other option. So really breathing into our belly and chest, expanding our ribs. Let's go ahead and unwind everything and just take our legs out wide. Now let's bring our feet back down, arms wide, crossing the other leg over, and we'll drop to that side. Again, remember, you can stack your knees on top of each other. Just finding a twist. Breathing. Let's unwind from there. This time we'll bring the soles of our feet together. Let our knees open up. Let's take our hands under our head. Let's lift up. Let's release from here. And this time we're going to lift our head just an inch or so. Feel that strengthening at our neck. Releasing down, letting our head roll to one side. And the other. Let's bring this back to center. And we'll take this to some much earned relaxation. So find your Shavasana pose or your relaxation pose. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhaling through our mouth. Letting our body sink. So inhale. Sink with the exhale. So just continue to breathe like this and sink on the exhale as many times as you need. And then rest. And feel free to pause the video and rest here as long as you like. Whenever you are ready to come out of this, let's do that small movement. I might have to call this my bedtime yoga workout. I almost fell asleep just there. Take your time coming up. And let's just go back to our 3-part breaths. Whew. I'm definitely feeling refreshed after this. Thank you for bearing with me through this advanced yoga workout. Thank you, Joan, for the suggestion and the reminder. And please do leave me comments letting me know if you want more advanced yoga workouts. I cater to those of you who watch regularly. Some of you have my email. I think it's accessible here on the channel. If you don't want to write comments, but comments help me out a lot. That helps my videos rank in the searches. So comments are very welcome if you are watching on a phone or computer. But any way that you watch it, you can still give it that thumbs up. And please do subscribe to the channel. Ask your friends to subscribe as well. And I will see you next time.